Let's talk about the film Emilia Perez, which is a film I got the chance to watch last month at TIFF, and this film is actually coming out this weekend in some theatrical aspect. It is a Netflix movie, I will tell you that as well, but the film is slated to have a small theatrical run, and the question is this a movie worth checking out? So before we get into my thoughts and my opinions on it, hit that subscribe button, notification bell. We're on the road to 35,000 subscribers. Very, very excited to talk about Emilia Perez. So this is a 2024 French musical crime comedy film directed by Jacques Audiard, and I will tell you, take that into consideration before you go and watch this movie and then complain about it. It is a musical, very heavily a musical, I will tell you that as well. Now, the cast consists of Zoe Saldaña, Carla Sofia Gascón, Selena Gomez, Adriana Paz. You also have Edgar Ramírez, and this is a movie that really I did not know what I was going into when I watched it at Cannes, and when I sat down and it immediately started, I knew that this was something special in my opinion. So this says, the fearsome leader Emilia enlists Rita, an unappreciated lawyer stuck in a dead-end job, to help fake her death so that Emilia can live authentically as her true self. This musical odyssey follows the journey of three remarkable women in Mexico, each pursuing their own happiness. So first and foremost, the sets are grand. That's one of the things I'll tell you that I really did enjoy about this film, is that Jacques really does bring a big world and really fills it in with so much color and vibrance and music here. It was something that really caught me by surprise because I wasn't really familiar with Jacques' work, honestly, and I'm very curious to go back and look more about his older work as well. Now, main star of this show for me is definitely Zoe Saldaña here, playing Rita Mora Castro, which was a role that I thought she played very well, very much so. A lot of layers here. There's so many things that Zoe Saldaña is able to bring to the table, and I think Zoe's one of those actresses that doesn't get any flowers that she should get, and I think one of the best working actresses we have today. I mean, the range that Zoe has, and I think that she definitely really showcases it here so well. There's so many scenes in here that are so pivotal to this story, and they would not work as well if Zoe wasn't able to pull off these very interesting and contrasting emotions from the previous scenes that she had, and it just makes this story that much richer and much better, and I really love that. Carla Sofia Gascón here as well did a great job really portraying this very interesting character of Emilia Perez as well as Manitas, and I was very fascinated when they were talking about this and her whole process of getting into this character and really showcasing what type of person the character really is deep down behind the mask and everything, all of that. Now, there is a review out there that is coming to us from the Times that said this Mad musical is one of the year's best film. I will tell you, this musical is mad. It almost gave me a sort of hint of Baz Luhrmann. If you've ever watched any of Baz Luhrmann's work and enjoyed them, you're going to enjoy this one, I feel, because there's just something about the color schemes here, as well as just how outrageous and out there some of the performances are, and it just works so well, really, honestly. I really do give them that, and just amazing stuff. Selena Gomez here plays a character named Jessie Del Monte, and I really do love some of her scenes here. I think overall she really is somebody that's highlighted well when it comes to the performance aspect of this, when she's dancing, when she's singing and things like that. That is where she is really strong here and really is such a great presence to see. Adriana Paz here doesn't have that much, I would say, screen time as the other characters, but what she is able to get here in the movie and just take a hold of, she does it so effortlessly, and it just works. Like, I really see why at Cannes they had such a very hard time choosing who to give the award for, and of course they ended up giving to the ensemble, which I can see as well. But I just gotta go back and tell you, this is Zoe Saldaña really at such a peak in her career, honestly, what she's able to effortlessly put out scene after scene throughout this runtime, and I am excited to watch it again for that aspect. And come award season, I just want to hear Zoe Saldaña's name be nominated, because what she does here is incredible work throughout. Now, to me, there are some things here, of course, I'm not saying this is a perfect movie. There's some things here that kind of didn't really work all the way for me. And that's just my aspect of it. Don't let this like inhibit you or stop you from seeing the movie. But I just think that the movie was a bit too long for its own sake as well, because there are moments when the film really is at a high point and then it sort of starts to like go back because it still has to give us a little bit more runtime, right? And I feel like it just loses its own steam that it already had. And I don't know why films are kind of afraid of the runtime sometimes, right? Like, you don't have to go over those 2 hours, I feel, if it's not serving something higher. And that's just, to me, something that ultimately happens with a lot of movies. I just sort of lose some interest in them if they keep going, but they don't keep presenting or pushing something new, right? And that's the problem with Emilia Perez sometimes. It just goes on a bit too longer than it should. But overall, what really brings it back together is these amazing set pieces, these songs that are so captivating and catchy, and you'll just be thinking about after, like, I want to hear this soundtrack already and just rewatch some of these amazing scenes throughout. I really also love Jacques' like eye here, because there's some very inspired shots throughout that I just keep thinking about as I'm like talking about the movie to you right now. And I just really did love how this film felt like its own thing. It just felt like a quilt of sorts, where Jacques is just putting all these different inspirations. These actresses as well are doing their own thing, and it just really brings it all together so well. Very, very much so. One of my favorite movies at TIFF. And I will tell you, if you're a fan of musicals, outrageous, big sets like Baz Luhrmann type, Zoe Saldaña as an actress is something you love, and Selena Gomez as a performer, this is the movie you have to watch. And I implore you, if you can, you should definitely watch it on the biggest screen, loudest speakers possible, because there is just so many vibrant moments that are filled with music and just amazing imagery that I just don't think a TV will really do it justice. So that's my thoughts. That's my opinions on Emilia Perez. Definitely a movie that surprised me a lot, because I had no expectations for it, and I was just blown away by what I was able to see. It even has me wanting to go back into Jacques' catalog to look at other things he's done. But let me know your thoughts and opinions on Emilia Perez, if you're excited or not, if you're going to be watching it, in the comments down below. And as always, that is going to do it for me. We're on the road to 35,000 subscribers. Check out our videos we've done today. We have a video on some of the news that dropped, as well as talking about the new Predator movies that are going to be coming out next year, and a ton of other things on the way. As always, stay safe, stay positive.